up, guys? It's Team Durable here with Alexander Thomas bringing you his top 4 Spokane Regional top 4. Wait, did I say top 4 already? Sorry, I'm tired. No. Anyways, so what'd you play today, Alex?
All right,
Or Saturday.
I was playing Spiral ZOODIAC. So the ZOODIAC stuff's self-explanatory. So Super Agent.
Do you want to flip up around? Like,
turn
the deck upside down. Yeah,
so Spiral Super Agent. This card, I've always thought it had potential. It's amazing. Even if you don't get the summon, you get to look at the next card. So you end up with information the longer the duel goes on. Plus, if you do summon him, you get to pop a card. And they have to respond to him before you get to see whether or not he would have been summoned in the first place. So if they're going to max C, they're going to do it possibly not even getting anything. Or same with like if they activate a trap on the summon.
So he's one of the cards you wanted to see all weekend, right?
Yeah. Going with him, the card that made me decide it was time to actually play Spirals, Misty.
Broken. Kieran.
Yeah, she got Kieran's bounce effect. And then she also lets you look at a card off the top of their deck, and if you hit it, if you call it right, you get to draw a card, which is also amazing. And then she keeps giving you the Super Agent back by bouncing to bounce herself. Yes. Wow. And it's amazing. I played just one Spiral Tough. He works the same way with Super Soldier. With Super Agent, you get to look at a card just in case, so you get to summon off this agent. Plus, he pops a card each time.
Is it face ups or is it?
It's just any card.
Any card. Okay.
He takes a normal summon. The normal summon for Misty is a lot bigger because she has that other effect with him. He doesn't, and Misty can't be searched with the field spell. She can. He can.
Oh, right, because Spiral Spike out. Okay.
Yeah. Then Heart and Soul, obviously, wrapped here. These Taka Tom board, and then the one Whiptail. I don't think I went into Invoker once. I just do Totem Bird every time. I love that play. Then the two maxi.
Like when you had the backup spirals, like along with it, or
even when I didn't. I just think that Totem Bird is just so much better.
Okay.
Even like if you're playing with this, if you're doing it with the ZOODIAC stuff, it's better. If you're doing it with the Spiral stuff, it's better. The card I wanted to see all day.
Spiral Resort.
Every game, I want to see Spiral Resort. Okay, I'll move these out of the way.
And then it shuffles one card, right? And then
so
keeps your researchers in the deck.
Once a turn, I get to search any Spiral. So I get Super Soldier over and over and over again. Then its in-phase effect also works crazy good with the deck. During every in-phase, one monster, any monster, gets shuffled from my grave to my deck. And so I can put ZOODIAC cards back, extra deck monsters that I need.
Yeah, that's super clutch.
Or the actual Spirals. Like, once we've gotten into a grind game, the Spirals are going to be what I end up returning.
I notice sometimes ZOODIACs, I see they're running out of extra deck monsters and whatnot, so that must be really, really nice.
It's really nice. So that was, to me, this is like the reason that Spirals work. Oh, and bonus, my Spirals can't be targeted by card effects while this is out.
That's nice.
The 3 Barrage.
Of course. Broken.
So, 2 Lullaby of Obedience.
How'd that work out this weekend?
This card, I don't see how every ZOODIAC player doesn't play it. Obviously, you call a Rat Pierre, but if they choose to give it to you and put it in your hand, you can just hold on to it and they can never combo off. Actually, I won one of my rounds that way. Game 1, turn 1, he gave it to me. And
you just never let it go.
I told him straight up, I was like, I'm never giving you this back. So like you're not going to combo. Yeah, I told him, I was like, you're not going to combo this game. I don't know why you put it in my hand. This card, and it's worth maining because every strategy is maining ZOODIAC, and if they're not, you're playing a superior deck to them anyway because you are. And
worst case scenario, you could call like a hand trap, right?
Yeah, I actually against Eidolon. In the Eidolon match once, I called his A-lister because it was his last one.
Oh, nice. And he had nothing to fuse with. Yeah.
Then the Regeki. I'm not playing Dark Hole or anything. Rhoda searches out the Spirals. Book.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if I haven't looked at deck lists to see if other people are playing this. I think this card's amazing.
I've seen it every.
You can push pat. You can throw it on a Drancia or on a Trident to flip their monster, or I used it to play around Skill Drain once to force my Super Agents effect for the pop. I mean, just in general, it's a really good defensive card.
No, yeah.
It's good on your turn. It's good on theirs. Like, just a good card. This next card is gonna be weird. It is the MVP card. It was like the MVP for me this weekend. Rank Up Magic, the 7th one.
Whoa.
I'm not like gonna sit here and say, oh, this is a great card, everyone should play it. I personally just tend to throw it in decks. I think this card is so good.
Here, tell us what it does real quick, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know what it does.
Right. So, if you draw it as your draw phase card, you reveal it to your opponent. Then, once you enter your main phase, it activates and special summons any number monster that's over 100 from your extra deck. Then it throws the chaos version of that monster on top of it.
And you were summoning...
So, the one I chose to summon was 101 and C101, because I can actually summon one, because this can summon the original one from the graveyard to create a material for this too.
Wow.
So it's a monster I can actually play. I kind of considered 107, but and then I'll get into I'll get into what he does here in a sec.
Okay.
This card I resolved it 4 times over the course of the tournament. Won 3 of the games that it happened in. Then traps are pretty basic, I think.
Yeah.
3 barrier. I went 2 strike. I didn't do the 3rd only because of the Lullaby of Obedience. I guess there's one trap I'm playing I want to place at a floodgate trap holes. I have asked a bunch of Zoodiac players that like I'm friends with. I don't get why everyone's not playing this card. I actually can't think of a reason. It's crazy good against that deck. You can slap it on one of their Xyz, and usually the first Xyz isn't one you want to do it on anyway. But once either Tiger Mortar or Bull comes, whichever, like if once Bull hits usually, and a lot of times under back row he's not first. But even if he were, you'd get to trap a Rat Pierre just under that monster. Outside of like Dark Hole, they don't have a real way of flipping it, so their monster, they literally are just stuck with a Rat Pierre. I love that. And I won a number of games that way where I've just locked them out. And then because of the spiral part of the deck, I can play a long game a lot better than they can play a long game. My resources just keep replenishing. Plus, I'm getting a fresh spiral every turn on top of my draw. Then the traps, I mean, just literally Compulse, Vanity.
Tell us about Compulse. How'd that work out?
It's going to be the same with Book. I feel like this card's great going first or second. If they stop your push, you can use this. It's a chainable response.
Defensive or offensive, Okay.
Yeah, it's just a really good card. I mean, there's a reason it's limited.
Yeah.
I got it in the graveyard a ton over the course of the weekend. I guess maybe because with the spiral engine makes this not a thing. I was only able to actually use its effect once. And I mean, I got it in the graveyard.
I was gonna say, your resort is like putting in so much work. It's like,
I got it in the graveyard at least 7 or 8 times. I mean, when I normaled the Rat, but I never was in a situation where I could use its effect. All right.
And an extra deck.
So the extra, Borbow.
Yeah.
No, I went 1, 2 on the Tiger, 2 on the Bull, 2 on the Trident.
Makes sense, yeah.
The Invoker, I didn't go into it once all weekend. Totem, because of Resort, multiple times, I had more another Terror Top in my hand, and I could have used Resort to Pawtucket Tomboard back to go for another
That's clutch,
Totem.
yeah.
So for the next event, I'm fairly confident I'll be playing 2 Totem Birds instead.
That's awesome.
Because of the Floodgates, I'm playing the one Trap Place for Felizia. Yeah. It's another defensive option depending on the situation. Yeah. I think I went into her like twice. It's when I need to go into it. She's good. And then the 2 Digusto Emeralds. Yeah, of course. I never went into the second one. I'm probably going to cut it. However, I'm sure if I ever need the second one, I'll regret cutting it. I played Abyss Dweller.
Ooh, Dweller.
Because they're all... The best rogue decks all lose to this card. And so I actually played Mermails in one of the rounds. And I ended up beating him with this. And in the second game, he was able to wait out 2 effects And his plan was to be live next turn. I used Tiger Mortar to throw material onto him. So
yeah, I didn't even know that you could do that. I thought it was just stopping under her, like for at least a Zoodiac. I didn't.
It made Abyss Dweller is just so good. I saw that a Burning Abyss Shadal deck top. I was very surprised because that means no one was playing this, because in Zoodiacs this card you can make it really easily and then you can keep giving it materials. Yeah. And Emerald can shuffle it back. It's too good.
Yeah. And then tell us a story. I heard someone kept having trouble with that card.
So, like I said, I was able to resolve Rake Up 4 times. This card's effect, once a turn I get to suck up one of their monsters, a special summon monster, and then every time he would get destroyed, I gain 2,800 life points, and then he special summons himself back to the board.
Granted that the 101's in the graveyard.
As long as this is still in my graveyard. Yeah. Then he can suck another monster up if he gets destroyed. One of the games, what I ended up doing was I used my Trident to pop this, to bring it back, to gain life points, to steal another monster, to give myself enough life points to activate Lullaby.
That's clutch.
And Strike. It was nice. But just in general, this card is stupid good. Like, obviously, Barrier of Entry is kind of hard. You have to actually summon it. But once you do, it becomes really hard to take care of. They contribute it with the Kaiju or something, but one of the guys I played, I beat him game 1. It was the guy that I took his Rapier of Lullaby, just kept in my hand. Our game 2, on the second turn, I ripped Rank Up Magic, the 7th one. That was it. From there, he wasted too many resources trying to get rid of C101. I mean, I guess he couldn't just let it sit on the board, but he did it in a really weird way. He used Dryden's effect, which let me bring it back. Then he used Strike on it, but not on its effect to summon itself. He used it on my effect to suck up. It was weird. And yeah, I definitely am going to keep playing this card. I think this card's amazing. And
then last, the side deck.
Okay. So
what do I see on top there?
I only sided 5 cards in the whole weekend. And it was these. I decided to side the Ghost Ogres instead of main. I don't really like it in the main. I mean, anyone decent's gonna knows how to play around it. Yeah. And obviously they can still do the same in game 2, but in game 2 their strategy is gonna be slightly weakened by the fact that they are siding for me. Plus, since in game 1 I don't know whether or not I'll be going first or second. I don't want to really open this if I go first. But game 2 or 3, depending on which one I lost, I will definitely be going second. So, and then DD Crow. Actually, I wish I'd sided a third. I like it for the Eidolon version of the deck. Like, a lot. You stop them from getting a Lister back, and then getting... Yeah, it stops the plus and the continued use of their cards, which is really nice. I guess I'll show you what was in my side. Going into it, I knew that I had a ton of side deck space, so I just putting in Angelian. I never sided them in, obviously, but I was like...
For what reason?
Yeah, well, just because there was nothing else to put in. I love putting Cess. I mean, but don't say putting Cess. Sphere mode.
Clutch.
My thinking was, if for whatever reason I run into the one dude in the room using DDDs, then
we're totally awesome.
Yeah, or someone running a Toad deck. I guess it never happened. The ones I would have sided in had I needed to, if I had played Infernoids. Lancias, obviously. If I had played Paleos, the 3 Denkos, I didn't run into either, which is why I never sided them in. So my matchups...
As I say, it must have been all Zoo, huh?
Matchups, my first round was because I went X1. My first round was what I lost. I lost to Zoodiac Eidolons. I didn't get any traps or hand traps, games 1 or 3. And yeah, so he beat me. Game 2, or my second round was ABC Zoodiac.
That sounds interesting.
He was awful. That deck might not be, but he personally was not a very he made a lot of weird plays. He was siding like Fossil Dynapexcephalon and Moonmeteor Shield. I don't
fucking lit.
Yeah, it extended the game, I guess, but it wasn't. The third round I played Mermails. That was the fourth round. I played Wind Witch Eidolon Artifacts.
Yeah, popular right now.
It was very aggressive. I it wasn't a very hard match, but I mean, he got Crystal Wing on the board. The fifth round, pure Zoodiac. Sixth round, pure Zoodiac. Oh no, yeah. Then pure Zoodiac. Then was Nerva Sworn Zoodiac, and that was probably the hardest one of the day. All the pure Zoos were really easy. The spiral cards make it so those long games just turned in my favor.
You told me they're really good at breaking apart boards, right?
Yeah, the spiral. I mean, because with the Super Agent, I'm popping cards and I'm getting an extra monster to the board every turn.
Yeah.
And so on top of like Barrage, and then your regular Zoodiac plays plus Terror Top, you have a lot of and your normal stuff, and you have a lot of options, and the Super Agent just adds to that. So. Yeah, I saw some changes I'm gonna make already, but I'm gonna try and play it again at the next regionals in like a couple weeks.
But overall, it's pretty solid, though, right?
Yeah, I love this deck. I actually played pure Spirals at YCS Seattle and made day 2, but obviously didn't top.
All right, that's pretty sick. Any shout outs before we end the video?
I mean, my boy Jhovany Avalos also made top at this regionals, got 7th. And yeah,
did you just point at that trash can when you said his name? Anyways,
all right.
Any shout outs to Edwin for letting you borrow like half the day?
Oh yeah, my boy Edwin, dude. I don't actually own Zoodiacs yet. I will soon, but the reason I was able to play him was because dude loaned me his barrages and those extra deck monsters. Good job, dude. Thank you.
All right. Want to say anything on it?
No, I'm good.